What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Been joined by my special guest, my daughter here, who wanted to chill out with me now, so we're gonna just do this video together. Make sure like and subscribe and everything, and you'll be alerted straight away. Put the notification bell on all, and you can get all the latest content on this channel. So right about now, gonna be talking about Anthony Joshua's infamous rant and the reasons for it. So as we know, Anthony Joshua over the weekend, he took Alexander Usyk on again in the rematch in Saudi Arabia. And, he certainly boxed out of his skin. He boxed a lot better this time than the last time. Last time they fought, he looked like he was out of his depth. He couldn't, he looked like he basically didn't know what he was doing in that ring. So this time he comes in, he boxes out of his skin. He gives a much better account of himself this time. And you could tell that after the fight that he felt he'd done enough. But I think the reality was that as much as he boxed better than the last time, Alexander Usyk always sort of had an answer for everything he'd done. Even his biggest round, round 9, where he really put it on Alexander Usyk, got cancelled out by the 10th round, in which Usyk came back and put it on him and landed so many unanswered punches. So I think the reason for this rant, where he grabbed a microphone and was saying how he's been in prison before, he started boxing late, he busts his case and all this sort of stuff, and then he's turning around talking about Ukraine and there's a civil unrest and this, that and the other, and then he's talking about how he's not Rocky Marciano, he can't throw loads of combinations because he's not a 14 stone man, he's an 18, 19 stone man and all this business. I mean, for me personally, I think it was, just to set it off, it was unsportsmanlike. It wasn't very good because it essentially robbed Alexander Usyk of his moment, because at that moment, Alexander Usyk, he'd just beaten unified champion once, and then he defended the titles, beat the same man again. So Usyk really deserved that moment to be celebrated. So it was very out of order. To me, I don't know if I don't think it's something that deep. I think it's primarily just a sort of an emotional thing from Anthony Joshua, because prior to this fight, he was being written off by most people. Hardly anyone gave him a real chance of winning this. Most people were saying he's going to get battered by Usyk and then he's going to get beat. Even if he can beat Usyk, he'll get battered by Tyson Fury. So he was completely and utterly written off by most people. And you're talking from casual fans to boxing journalists to everybody, including myself. Didn't say he's got no chance, but I was like, no, he's based on what I've seen in the first fight. I'm not picking against Alexander Usyk, and lo and behold, that was what happened. It was a better performance by AJ, but no, not quite enough. So I think this outburst just comes from the emotion of knowing that he's got his detractors, he's got the naysayers. He wanted to prove people wrong, but he couldn't prove people wrong. As he said, he's a bigger man. He can't throw those combinations, that he needs to throw. And I think also it's one of those where, he will know that even by him simply losing this fight, even without the rant, without what he said, he would get a lot of stick online. He would get... Yeah, so AJ knew that, anything other than sort of a win in this fight against Usyk, he's going to get stick. He's going to get detractors. He's going to get people saying he's rubbish again. People saying he never was good in the first place. I mean, I've even had people saying, oh, all he does is fight bums, and every time he loses, he gets a rematch, and there's something dodgy about that. And yeah, I guess he'll be sort of sick and tired of those sort of comments that people make in ignorance. And also, just a sort of final point on it, I'll say is that I suppose the thing about it is that Joshua is an elite level athlete, and this sort of attitude of outbursts and all this sort of stuff when you lose, it also comes from a place of sort of pride and ego. because as a elite level athlete, you're not like the average person. It's not like me or you or whoever. He's an elite level athlete. He's used to winning. He's used to doing things that, the average Joe can't do. The average Joe can't get in a boxing ring and knock people out and this, that, and the other. So I think, the part of it is that loss, sort of damaged his ego, his pride and everything. He comes in there with pride and fighting pride, and anything other than a win is not good enough for him. So I think he would have come in there with that goal, with that objective to win. And the fact that he didn't get that win, it dents his pride, it dents his ego and everything. So I think that definitely played a factor, But overall, look, it was wrong. It was a bit crazy. It was a bit similar to Kanye West's, the rants that he has. The funny one where he said, George Bush don't care about black people. It was one of them. It was like a Kanye West, sort of outburst. And, for me, it's just raw emotion. Nothing too serious, but in his defense, he did offer an apology to Alexander Usyk. He done it sort of in the ring, and he's also done it on Twitter. So anyway, let me know your thoughts about this rant and all this craziness. And until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out.